What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. Big time win for them boys. Getting back in the winning column by beating the Portland Trailblazers 123-114. The captain, 26 points, 8 assists. The big cat, 20 points, 11 rebounds. But who cares about that? Right? Who cares? The return of Josh Hart, the heart and soul of this team. Josh Hart, big coming back from the Knicks. He had 18 big points, 4 rebounds, making sure I got it right. 6 assists. But Josh Hart just being back to being Josh Hart. The glue, the heart and soul of this team. That's why we won tonight. Diving on the floor, getting loose balls. Pause on that. Just being in the mix. That's what he does. The toughness, the grit, the attitude, the edge, whatever you want to call it, right? That's what he brings, man. That's what he brings. Nobody else on the team wants to bring that but him. A perfect play that pretty much just puts Josh Hart, and pretty much, if you look at him in a dictionary, you think of a play, it's what we saw when he dove on the floor, went to go grab it, lobbed it over Bridges, over someone's head, gave it to Bridges, he gave it to Brunson, bang, bang, a layup. It's just what he brings to this team, man. Listen, guys, look. I love Brunson. I do. But when we got Josh Hart, when we made that trade for Cam Reddish, I think it was a pick to get Josh Hart over here, that changed the Knicks team across the board. And it really changed us from being a good team to one of the better teams in the league. And then, of course, we got Dante. The list goes on. You guys know what happened. But what I'm saying is his arrival changed us dramatically. Brunson did, but Josh Hart took us to a different level because what he does, no one else wants to do. And the little things that he does is what wins championships. Not win games, wins championships. The heart and soul of this team, man, that's who he is. And it was an exceptional win for them today. The boys go to 25-14, man. Much needed win, but it was the return of Josh Hart, man. It's pretty much what pushed us across the edge tonight. His winning plays, then him getting the rock and pushing it up the court. Just what he does, right? Just the little stuff that none of these guys do. It's only him. And if you guys remember, that's why Tibbs number one would take him off the court. Every time Josh would come in the game, he wouldn't come out. He played 40 minutes with Tibbs. I remember. It didn't matter how bad he played, the mistakes he made. He was always playing like 40 minutes with Tibbs. Always. And this was his return tonight. He was supposed to be eased back into the lineup. 31 minutes tonight for Josh. He's so hard to keep off the floor, man. Because he does those things that these guys don't want to do. No one wants to get their hands dirty. Nobody but him. He does things you just can't coach, man. You just can't coach. And that's what this team has missed for the last couple of weeks that he's been out. Let me get a chat here. Tony, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight, man. Gravity, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Disc Rover, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Eric Green, appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live, man. Listen, great win for them boys. Much needed too, man. Much needed after what happened the other night. I thought they should have beat Phoenix, man. Phoenix wasn't a better team than them, man. They weren't. They just got punked again in that third quarter. That's pretty much lost them the game. But tonight you saw their toughness come back, their edge, the guy that has the edge on the team. He came back tonight. And you saw a different team tonight, right, guys? Didn't you see a different attitude that just defensively they picked things up? You just saw a different team tonight. Even though we didn't get no calls, we'll talk about that later. The foul disparity was insane, but everybody picked it up tonight. Did you guys see that? The energy? Mitch closing the game defensively. Bridges getting in the passing lane. Everybody just was, even Brunson coming up with defensive stops. him holding his ground. They look different when that guy's out there, man. They look different. Much needed win tonight, man. Much needed win. Let's go in the chat here. Eric Green. No, he can't. He can't. But that's the guy you want on your team, right? You want that guy. You want that guy on your team. Because you know he's a straight dog. And not a house dog. You know what I mean? Nothing like that. He's one of them dogs from the alley, one of them strays, one of them stray dogs. That's what he is. That's what you need on your team. You need a guy like that. And that's what he is, man. That's what he is. That's what he is. He is the, oh, man, he is the heart and soul of this team, man. You got to love it, man. You got to love it. You got to love it. You got to love it. Tony says, LV, man, we playing the Trailblazers tonight and the refs agreed. 25 free throws to 8. Something is going on with these games that kept the, yo, listen, man, look, you know, you don't want to throw out the sports betting thing. You don't want to mention that. Right? You don't want to do that. No one wants to go down that road. I don't want to mention that. But it doesn't make any sense. Numbers like that kind of make you kind of raise your eyebrow. That doesn't make you raise your eyebrow. Just kind of certain things just come up like, interesting. It'll be different if they had 25 and we had maybe 17 or 18. Only 8? 8? Makes no sense, man. Makes no sense at all. What comes out at the end of the game? Was it the 2-minute report? That's what comes out. Hopefully they'll have something to break down because that's just insane. I like Denny Avdia. I think he's a great ball player, but he ain't, come on, man. He's not Michael Jordan. It's like you blowing that guy to give him a foul. Makes no sense. This Grover says, thank God. Come on. No, yo, Cap had a great game today. This Grover. Stop, man. Stop. Come on, man. This is not a time to attack Cap. What are you talking about, man? Cat played great today. Josh is the team's engine. Agreed, sir. Agreed. Agreed. Tony says, LV, man, remember what I said last live. Brunson doesn't make others on the court better, hands down. OG and Mikal play better when Hart is in the lineup. Brunson can do the same. Listen, man, I just think he's the connector, man. He's the connector. Brunson ain't there to really be the connector, right? He's there to be the star player that makes big shots. Everybody's got to know their role. The thing with Josh Hart makes him great is that what makes him awesome is that he is a superstar in his role. He understands, like, I'm here to do this, and that's it. I'm here to be tough, gritty, get loose balls, do the dirty work, knock down shots that come my way, and that is it. I'm okay. I'm not here to take 30 shots at night. That's not what I'm here for. And certain guys got to be happy with their role and be stars in their role. And that's what he does. That's what he does. And you see how his energy and his aura, I'll say, it picks up the team, because this is like a totally different team tonight, guys. This looked like the old team that was there a couple of weeks ago when he was playing. We were rolling through the league. This is how we looked because of this guy. And so the things that he does, you just can't put on a stat sheet. You just can't. And I'm not even speaking of the loose balls and stuff. Once again, I'm talking about the aura when he's out there. How he's able to talk. How you can switch. He's switchable with anybody. And the thing of him getting the rock, he's pushing the rock. He's always looking to, push the ball ahead. Aggressive. He's a super aggressive player. You need that. Because some of these guys are fly guys. You know what I mean? We talked about that last show. But he's not. He's a junkyard dog. And that's what you need to win championships. And that's what he brings, man. Eric Green says, the difference with Josh Hart is that he brings toughness we need. He is the heart and soul of this team. Orange and blue skies ahead. Agreed, sir. Agreed. Vibes, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV Live, man. Big time win for them boys. They get back in the winning column by beating the Trailblazers 123-114. The Big Cat, 20 points, 11 rebounds. Big task. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV Live, man. Big time win for the boys. If you guys can do so, please come through and hit that like button for me. Okay, let me see. Okay. Vod says Deuce, Bridges, and OG went off with those threes in the end of the game. Listen, agreed. You know, that sequence was huge. When I think OG started it off. When we kind of were struggling at the end offensively, especially Brunson. I don't know, you know, he's struggling at the end. Whatever. He lost the ball. Caleb Love threw it over, swung it to Deuce, got it, swung it to OG, hit that jab step, boom, knocked that down. That was big. And then OG came back and got the steal on Denny Avia because, once again, Brunson held his ground. No one went to go help. He held his ground. OG got the steal, kicked it up to Deuce. Boom. Another three, put us up 5. And then Brunson hit that three in the corner. Bang. That broke the game open. That was it after that. We were up by 8. And that was the ball game. After that. I think OG hit another 3 later, but that was it. That was the ball game, man. That was the ball game. Tony says, LV, man, it seems like the bench is diminishing as of the late 17 points tonight. Like the bench is diminishing. You know what I think it is, Tony? I think he was trying to get a win tonight, man. I think he was trying to get a win tonight, and he didn't care. It looked like a Tibbs lineup tonight, right? It looked like a Tibbs moment. Now, you know, he did run out 8 guys, right? No, 9 with DOR played 3 minutes, but he went 8 deep tonight. If you want to technically say 9 because DOR are cool. And those guys came in and gave solid minutes. I thought Deuce had big moments. Mitch was great tonight. Mitch's numbers were insane, man. Mitch had 6 points. He had 11 boards, and I believe he had I want to say he had like 3 blocks, man. But Mitch's minutes were huge, man, because remember that big kid was giving Towns problems because of his size. So at the time, we didn't need a big at the moment to we didn't need a big to score. We just needed a big to protect the paint. Yeah, Mitch had 3 blocks tonight and 3 steals. And 3 steals for money-making Mitch. 6 offensive rebounds, 5 defensive rebounds. So at the end of the game, we didn't really need a big to score. We needed a big to pretty much do what he did in the paint because that big kid, Klingen, right? He went to UConn. I remember watching him play. He was pretty good at UConn. But he was a monster in the Baja because he's big. He's about 7'3". So you needed a guy to keep him out of the box, block shots, rebound. And that's really it. Like, you know what I mean? So we didn't really need Towns. Towns did what he was supposed to do, but to end the game, we needed a big body out there to keep that kid off the glass. And I thought Mitch did his job. Once again, today was a total team effort today, guys. You know, even though the minutes were what they were, but I thought it was a total team effort. I thought everyone played well. Everyone had a part to play in this game. Everybody. And all their minutes were important. Everybody's minutes. And so I thought that, you know, today was a much-needed win, right? Especially on this road trip. But I think everybody came in and played. And we look like a total team, man. But once again, the connector's there. Josh is back. So now that changes up things, changes up the rotations and stuff like that, changes up the lineups. And so that's the beauty of him, you know, him being back and stuff. So that's just great to see. Okay, let me see. Thomas Banks, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV Live, man. Who else we got in here? All right. Rondo, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV Live, man. Truly appreciate it, man. Big time win for them boys. 123-114. The captain, 26 points, 8 assists. And here's the thing, guys. If you notice about tonight's game, Brunson had his moments, right? He had his moments. He was doing Brunson stuff, but it didn't feel like we leaned on him a lot because we didn't need to, because everybody else was playing well. So today we look like a really, really good team. Really, really good team from top to bottom. You know, you take out the free throws, right, which was insane. But guys, we shot 51% from the field, which was awesome. 37% from 3, almost 40% from 3. So offensively, we was all clicking. You know, and so I mean, Deuce struggled from 3 tonight, but I thought guys came up with big shots. That big 3 that Deuce had on the break after OG got the steal was huge. OG Anunoby had another big night tonight, man. He had 24 points. It was solid on Denny Avia, but he was 4 for 7 from 3, man. He hit those big threes in the fourth quarter. He had 7 rebounds and 3 assists. I thought Mikal Bridges came with big buckets too. He had 18 points. He was 8 for 15 from the field. He had 6 rebounds and 6 assists and 3 steals and 1 block. See, those are great numbers, man. Fabulous numbers. That all contributes to winning games. And that's what you want from your wing stop, right? For those guys that come up big in moments like this, because look, guys, listen, we needed to win, man. We needed to win, especially Portland have won. They've won 5 in a row, and we've lost 5 out of 6. So this was a much-needed win, I feel like, man. We kind of got to get back and then knock off a team. We're better than these guys. We're better than this team. And so I think it was just good to kind of, pull out a victory today. But everything goes, man. Everything goes through Josh Hart, man. Everything goes through him. Everything. So, all right, let me ask you guys a question. It's just a conversation. It's just a question, too. Would you guys say that Josh Hart is the most important Knick? Would you guys say that? It's a hot take. I know it's going to ruffle some feathers, but I want to throw it out there to you guys. Is he the most important Knick? Is he more important than Brunson? Is he more important than Cat? Is he more important than OG? I mean, right, those are the guys that are getting the big bucks, right? So you got to be honest. For what this team needs, because, I mean, just for argument's sake, you can say that, hey, listen, the team didn't really change and get to be a better team and a more complete team until Josh Hart got here in that trade from Portland. They played them today, from Portland to the Knicks. And that's when his team really took off, is when he got here, being the connector that he is. So you guys let me know. I'm just asking. LV likes to throw things out there because I want to see what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me or do you guys disagree? Because I think he's that important, man. I think he's that important. Look at Vibes. Vibes said, come on, LV, man. I won't go that far. Relax. Look, Gravity says, no, Brunson is still the most important. Look at that. Coach, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV live tonight. Big time win for the boys, 123 to 114. The Big Cat, 20 points, 11 rebounds. Another double-double for him. So you guys let me know. Everybody, let me know. Is he the most important Knick? We know who the stars are. We know who, but is he the one? Is he the guy? You take him out of the equation, we fall, we fall apart. So what say you guys? You guys let me know. All right, listen, let's bring him Josh Hart. Great game for him, man. Great game. Great to have him back, though. Great to have him back. Much needed for this team, man. Much needed. So let's hear from Josh.
All right, where's your level of exhaustion right now?
Oh man, I'm a little tired, man. But we got a good couple of days, for some rest, and we'll be good.
I'll tell you, what about those first 4.5 minutes you had? You get subbed out, you got 8 points. Seemed like you had 5 rebounds, 3 assists. You had your fingerprints all over the game. Is that the comeback that you expected, or were you thinking you were going to get a little bit of rust off first?
Definitely thought I was going to get a little bit of rust off, but then I saw I think Klingon was starting on me, and he was at the middle of the basket, so I was like, you know what, I got to let these ones fly. So, when I got disrespect like that, I just got to go out and hoop and play my game.
Josh, the team went 3-5 in the 8 games that you missed. While you're sitting there watching, what did you see that you knew you had to bring to this game here this afternoon?
Yeah, just a little, just try to do what I do and bring toughness and, some physicality. I wasn't as physical as I wanted to, but, just making it difficult. I felt like that's something that we needed to do, and I think we did it a decent job today. Defensively, we've got to continue to get better, but, we're building right now.
When you're out there, Josh, and you see a loose ball and you're the first guy to the floor and you see how that inspires your teammates, is that the end that you take more pride in, or is it the offensive end?
The hell no. The offense is it's complementary. What I bring to this team is toughness, physicality, those extra effort plays, plays that get guys going. So that's what I try to do, playing in the pocket, get OG open corner shots. So that's something that I bring to the game. Offense, it'll be there some games, some not, but I build myself in that toughness.
Well done, Josh. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.
What a win.
The heart and soul of this team is back. I mean, he just said it. He just said it. They asked him. You guys heard him, right? They said, listen, man, do you feel it's the offensive part? And he kind of he made a mistake. I'm sure. He said, hell no, right? He said, no, it's that toughness, and it's those intangibles, man. Those things that you can't put on a stat sheet is what he brings. But to me, at the top of the list is the toughness. It's the toughness, man. And he plays with an edge. You need a guy like that on your team. Trust me, I'm telling you guys. Because if not, these guys are these guys are soft, man. But when he comes in, he tightens up all the screws. And you can see it because you see the energy is up with those guys. And everything changes with him. And what I mean is just the activity, guys are focused. You just look like a better team tonight. And I'm sorry, guys, let's be honest. If it's not so much of the foul disparity, like how much they shot so many free throws, this is a blowout tonight. With 8 free throws, we only got 8 free throws tonight. We still put up 123 points. Defense was getting after it. We forced 15 turnovers, which led to 22 points for us. So we were the better team tonight. By far, we were the better team. We get a couple more free throws. Let's say we get 10 more free throws. We could have had 140 points tonight. They couldn't stop us, man. We was doing what we wanted. But that's because of him. His activity. Great game from him, man. Great game from him. Okay, Gravity says, we look bad without Cat a few weeks ago back. Remember? Yo, Gravity, listen, that's a very valid point, man. That's a very valid point. You know what it is? Let me tell you what it is. And this is why Cat is such an enigma, right? Because you see he does so many crazy stuff sometimes, but he's so important. You saw him tonight, right? You saw the passes he was making. You saw him knocking down threes. You saw he looked fabulous tonight, man. You see his numbers, 20 and 11, right? And it's like a quiet 20 and 11, but it really wasn't, because to me it was loud because he made a lot of great plays. A lot of great plays. But he spreads out the floor. He opens up the offense. When he's got here, guys, since he's gotten here, the Knicks have had a top 3 offense in the league. Since he's been here. Top 3 offense in the league. That's because of what he does. Like just how he spreads out the court, how he just the little things he does just because of his size. He's hard to guard. He's a great passer from the top of the key. He can knock down that 3. You don't do right. So this just changes everything. So when you remove him, the Knicks are easy to guard because you don't worry about everybody else. You just got to worry about Brunson. Josh does what he does, but Josh can't really be that important unless he has another star with him, which makes 2 stars. So now you got to watch for those 2 guys. Then it leaves freedom for Josh Hart to run around and do what Josh Hart does, because everybody is so focused on those 2 stars. And then you have your wings to be able to do what they do. So it's like it's a perfect marriage, right? And so everybody's needed. But if you want to talk about who's more important and stuff like that, and it's got to be, to me, out of Josh and Cat. And right now, I would say Josh, because you see what this team was when he wasn't there, right? We don't look right, man. We just don't. But it makes sense because remember, this team was good before, but everything changed when he got traded here, man. Then we ascended to be one of the better teams in the league. We did because of what he does. And he does those things that just can't be coached. It just can't be. Okay, Eric Green says, you can say he's the missing piece that completes the team. The ingredient that brings the toughness needed to win games like this. Brunson is the MVP, but we aren't going anywhere without Hart. Well said, sir. Well said. Well said. You get a 5-star for that. That's perfect. Perfect. Yes, Brunson's the MVP. Yes. But Michael Jordan needed Scottie Pippen, didn't he? Would Jordan have won 6 rings without Pippen? I didn't say would he have won a ring. I'm saying 6 rings. Would he have did a three-peat twice? That sounds insane to saying it. He did a three-peat twice. Took off, went to go play baseball, came back and did it again. Would he be able to complete a three-peat like that if Scottie Pippen wasn't there? You need to connect him, man. You need to connect it. That's it. Because all these guys, you got to understand, these stars, Brunson and Cat, they got limitations, man. They got limitations. They're not the complete basketball player. They're not. They're good at scoring and all that other stuff, the things that you need, which pretty much sells the tickets. But a complete player, complete and very unselfish, is okay with being, the blue collar guy, right? You got to be okay with that. Not everybody wants to do that, man. Not everybody wants to be the fly guy. Everybody wants to shoot jump shots. Everybody wants to score. Not everybody's happy being the blue collar guy, man. You got to love it. And this guy loves it. He loves being the blue collar guy. And guys like that, like I stated earlier, is what helps you win championships. That's it. Those guys. Big Task says Josh Hart is very important, but the most important Knick is Brunson. Brunson is currently on the pace to become one of the greatest Knicks since Frazier. Agreed. He is. He is. But he's got to win, though, man. He got to win. Frazier won. Frazier won twice. How about that? So he got to win. If he gets us one, Brunson's getting a statue. If he gets us one. Big Task says Knicks also play faster when he's on the court. Agreed. He changes the pace, doesn't he? Doesn't he, Big Task? He changes the pace. Because he gets that rebound and he's out. He's out. And he puts so much pressure on the defense because of his activity. Offensive rebounds, and he's gone. He's either pushing it or he's looking forward to swing it to where we can get easy buckets. He's the connector, man. He's just so important, man. And it's crazy because I haven't even gotten to everybody else, but you just see how this team is different, man, because of him. Vob says Bridges and Hart play fast. Like, yeah, agreed. Lionel Monis, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV Live. He said Lionel Monis said he's the engine, the motivation that this team needs to raise everyone else's game to the next level. That's right on. He raises everyone's game to the next level. Well said, Lionel Monis. And that is the best thing that's been said tonight. He raises everybody's play. And you know what he also raises, Lionel Monis? He raises their intensity level and their aggression. He raises it to where it makes these guys kind of step up a bit. Because Mitch was a monster in that Baja. He was a monster tonight. A monster, blocking shots, getting rebounds. He was fighting down there with Klingman. Those guys were battling down there in that post. That's how it should be, right? But that's because of Josh. Josh changed. And then what Josh does, too, is he's a great communicator. So he's calling out sets. He's calling out backdoor, but he's speaking. So he's helping these guys get in better spots. Beautiful. Look at Gravity says, we need everyone. Hart, Cat, Brunson, OG, and Mitch, etc. They all play an important role. Agreed, Gravity, agreed. Oh, here we go. Big Task, let it be known. I hear what you're saying, LV, but when the money's on the table, though, Big Task dropping atom bombs up in here. I wish I had the flex bomb right now to press the flex button right there. Because that's yeah. But I will say this, because you're right. Big Task, I can't argue with you. You're right. The problem with this is that there needs to be a table for the money to go on. Right? You got to put the money on somebody's table, on some type of table. If Josh ain't there, ain't going to be no table, man. Ain't going to be no table because they're not even going to be at the table because he's just that good. So he sets the table up for Brunson to seal the deal. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, so guys, what did you think about OG Nobi, man? He had a sneaky good game tonight. Kind of forget those threes that he hit were monster threes. And then also too, that steal that he had was also big. Because then it led to dudes coming down, knocking down that three. OG Nobi had 2 game sealing moments, I thought, tonight. That steal and that three. And that was huge. Huge tonight. And then I thought he was solid on Avia, man. I mean, they were bailing him out too, man, a lot of stupid fouls. And it wasn't even like, it was a couple of fouls, yeah, but those are play-ons. The fouls that they kind of have, but those are play-ons. It's not a situation where it's a guarantee foul. It's like, yeah, you gotta give him. No, man, no, those are play-ons. And I love the one that they didn't allow. If you guys remember the play with Josh, they thought Josh fouled him, but the refs let that be a play-on. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I love that, man. But oh no, OG had a great game, man. Great game. But yeah, he came with big moments, man. Huge moments. Huge moments. And after this win, guys, as of tonight, the Knicks are back in the number 2 seed in the East. And check it out, guys. We're only 3.5 games out of first. So as bad as we've been playing, we're only 3.5 games out of first. Pistons are 28-10. We are 25-14. The Celtics are 24-14. So we're basically a half game up on them. So we're battling for 2nd and 3rd seed. So it is what it is. But still, this was big tonight for the Knicks, man. Huge. Yo, guys, really quick, right? It's kind of a sidebar I'm getting to right now. Did you guys see that score with the Hornets and the Jazz? Did you guys see that? That was disgusting. Did you guys see that the other night? It was the Hornets and the Jazz, right? I couldn't believe that. Let me see if I can pull it up. See if I can pull it up. Like that game was disgusting, man. 150 to 95. They lost by 60 points or 55 points. I mean, they should fire their coach, man. They should. I saw that score, and that's a perfect example of where this league is going, man. This league is disgusting right now, man. They shot 52% from the field. They shot 41% from 3. I'm sure I'm just going through this, but it's insane. Insane. A game like that, 150 points to 95. I mean, there's no way the NBA commissioner's got to be happy with that. No way. No way, man. No, there's no way. I saw that score. I said, this can't be real. I was waiting for someone to say that's AI. But that right there in a nutshell is the problem with this league today. People talk about the old school and 90s where I grew up playing basketball. Man, that would have never happened, man. Guys play defense, man. And they play hard, too. Like, they're not, you know what I'm saying? They're not just allowing certain things to happen and you just get smoked like that. You got to play basketball. You got to play defense. That just means like they just went out there and just didn't care. That was insane, man. Insane what happened. Yeah, but yes, your vibes. That was crazy, man. That was insane, man. Insane. Sorry, I kind of went off topic, but I just had to talk to you guys about that. Okay, so coach says we still need a table setter because when it hits the fan, Brunson won't be able to do it. Hey, coach, man, I don't know about that, coach. Brunson's still cold, man. What do you mean? Like when Brunson has always arrived when it hits the fan. You know what I'm saying? That's his clutch player of the year last year, coach. Just because Josh is the heart and soul of the team and a connector, and who I feel is more important, doesn't mean Brunson is not. He's the man. Come on, he's the captain. I mean, come on, let's not, it's gonna get crazy here. You know what I'm saying? I know how important it is, but what I'm saying is when you think of the total team, Brunson can get his numbers all he wants, but it doesn't matter. We still got to win games. Josh puts us over the hump. In a sense, how same thing as Cat did. It's not by accident that when Cat got here, we were we were top 3 in offense. There's no because right now it's the same thing. Offensive rating. Let me take a look right now. Offensive rating, right? It's not by accident that when he gets here, this is what you know what I mean. So we got to identify that that's what it is with this guy. Knicks are number 4 in offensive rating. We're actually tied with the Rockets for 3rd and 4th. The Rockets are 121.2. We're 121.2. We're top 5 in the league in offensive rating. We're better than the Thunder, and we're better than the Spurs, and we're better than the Cavs, who are known to be offensive teams. After 39 games. So I mean, but that's a big part of that is Cat, man. A big part of that is Cat. Eric Green was 45-14. Yeah, that's insane. Yo, that was insane, man. Them guys just didn't want to play, right? It's just, I don't know, man. It's crazy. Gravity says, so if Josh is the most important player on the team over Brunson, then would we have a better season record for the year with Josh and no Brunson, or Brunson with no Josh? Ooh, good answer. I think we would have a better record if it was. Oh, that's a good question. I think it's 50-50, Gravity. I think it's 50-50 because they both are. Okay, let me say this. They're both equally important. Can we kind of meet there in the middle? Because I think they both bring the same thing, but on different sides of the coin. Josh brings the toughness, the energy, the things that we need to get us to the top. Brunson brings the scoring and it may sound kind of crazy when I say this, but just the ice water. You know what I mean? He doesn't get fazed by the moment. The moment never seems too big for him. It doesn't matter. And you need that. You need shot makers, right, to win games, and especially in the playoffs where it doesn't matter what set you run. It doesn't matter what you do. He's going to get his. And in the playoffs, that's when you really need it the most. But you also need what that guy does, because if that guy doesn't get the steal or get the block or get the deflection, this guy can't do what he does, right? So you need them both. They're equally the same, Gravity. They're just on the same coin, just two sides of it. Two sides of the same coin. Does that make sense? So we can meet there in the middle, because I think that's what it is with both of those guys. And it just so happens they went to school together and they're best friends. They're in a roommates podcast, right? So, I mean, so it tells you how important and how well connected they are. Because to me, they're equally the same as for this team. Excuse me. Okay, guys, what do you think about Mikal Bridges tonight, man? Mikal gets destroyed a lot because of his activity, or people, they always kill him. I don't know why they do that, but I thought he came up with big buckets, big steals, big deflections. Right? Thought he was big. That 3 on the break when Josh had it and kicked it over to him and swung it, that 3 on the break was money. And that put us up. Remember, because we were down, what was the score? 97-96. He hit that 3, put us up by 2. Put us up by 2 with that 3. And then we kind of started going on a little barrage there. I thought he played great tonight. I thought he had really, really good minutes, and I thought he came up with timely buckets. Because there was one time in the game, too, I believe it was the 4th. Mike Brown and these lineups. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, too. We were struggling for a bucket, and he came up with a fall-away baseline. So he comes up with timely hoops when you need a bucket. Like, if you guys are kind of struggling, he'll come up and hit a fadeaway. Right? His cutting is exceptional too. I mean, he made one boneheaded play. Maybe he tried to throw that alley-oop to OG on a fast break. I don't know why he did that. That was crazy. But all in all, I thought he had a really, really, really good game. Really, really good game. Hey guys, what did you think about Kolek not playing tonight? See, this is what I talked about. Remember, I mentioned it to you guys. I said, yo, when Josh comes back or Shamet comes back, because we still haven't seen Shamet yet. You got to make it to where Kolek still gets his minutes. Kolek still has to get his minutes. And we saw no Kolek tonight. And the start of that fourth quarter, you saw the difference, right? Like, I love Deuce, but he's not a point guard. He struggles to run the offense, and the offense looked flat there. And then they went on a run. They went up by 3, right? With Drew Holiday out there, and I don't think was Avi out there. I don't know if he was, but they went on a run. Started that fourth quarter because we had nobody to set up the offense. And so you could see where you missed a guy like Kolek, especially for a guy like Towns, right? And that's where Kolek is great because he looks for Towns and make sure he finds Towns matchups to where Towns can get easy buckets here and there. You got to play Kolek, man. You got to play Kolek. I understand that the coach, wants to kind of no, man. You got to play that kid. You can't just stop playing him. You can't do that. He's been playing really, 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 really well. And so my thing is you got to continue to give this guy minutes. You can't dismiss him just because of, somebody comes back. We need somebody to stabilize that second unit, man, to run the show. We have nobody to do that. Nobody. So if that means he takes minutes away from, Deuce or Clarkson or something like that, then you got to allow that, man. Because you need somebody to stabilize that lineup. You have to. It can't be a situation to where, we're just running around and guys are just running all. I don't know. There's just all types of sets, and they just don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, he's got to play that kid, man. He's got to play that kid. He's got to continue to give him minutes. He can't lose minutes now, man. He's been playing really, really well, and that can shake up a guy's confidence a little bit. Now, I get it. Maybe he did it tonight because he was just trying to get a win tonight, and so he just wanted to play his top dogs. You know what I mean? Which makes sense. But you just can't not play the kid, man. Not now. Not now. Not in this time in his career and how well he's been playing. Because then when Shamet comes back, what does that look like for him? That means he'll never play. And I have some footage here, right, too. I have some footage here. I'll show you guys right now. Shamet out there, he putting up shots, man. He looked good, too. Let me remove this right here. Let me take this, remove this 1 second. Let me do this for you guys. All right, cool. I'm going to bring this up. Shamet looked good tonight, man. He looked good, man. He looked good warming up. I think he's getting close. He's getting close. I give him maybe another week. Maybe I give him another week here. But Shamet looks good, man. Here he is warming up. To getting up some shots. You know what I mean? So he's traveling with the team, as you see. He's not wearing no shoulder brace neither. But you gotta see how he's gonna be coming off screens and stuff like that. But he looks good. The jumper looks fluid. The shoulder doesn't look crazy and nothing like that. He looks good, man. He looks good. I mean, we're getting back to getting close to being full strength. So, if I was him, I would make sure I have that shoulder brace thing on. You know what I'm saying? In case I come off a screen, someone tries to lay me out, I got to be able to play through that. And if I'm him during the offseason, guys, if I'm him, I might try to get that looked at and try to because this is season number 2 now. He's going through the same injury, and he don't want to get it fixed. You know what I'm saying? So remember, Randall went and got it fixed, and he's good now. Randall ain't have that issue no more. So But he looks good. He looks good. The shot looks good. He's moving well. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Vibes, it doesn't make any sense, Vibes. It doesn't make any sense, Vibes. It doesn't make any sense at all. Look what Gravity says. See, once Shaman comes back, right, we're not seeing any of those young guys again, right? See, look at Gravity. Because when Shaman was here, what was we going, guys? About 8, 9 deep? Because Mitch is coming off the bench. So what were we before, right? So what was it? So it was Mitch, Deuce, Shaman's back, Clarkson. So that's 9 deep, right? And then you throw in Yabusele. Right? It's 10. See, Yabusele didn't play again today, man. I think they trying to move him. So right, but check it out. If they move Yabusele for somebody, whoever they bring in is gonna play. So remember that too. So let's just say, because I'm hearing a lot of Nicholas Batum. I'm hearing that name float around a lot. So let's say they make a move and bring in Nicholas Batum, right? He's gonna play. So that's 10 right there. That's 10. They're going 10 deep. Where do you fit Kolek in? Now, I think he's got to steal minutes from either Deuce or Clarkson, right? Because Mitch is definitely playing, and so is Shaman. He loves Shaman, right? So I'm just saying, but you need a stabilizer. That's the one position we don't have. We don't have a point guard to back up Brunson. That's Kolek. That's the only position he plays. He doesn't play off guard. He's not that good of a player, but he runs the offense perfectly. So I don't know how you just not play the kid. You know what I mean? Other guys are gonna have to take away minutes from guys and fit him in there because you need a stabilizer. So Brown's gonna have to figure that out. But it's gonna be, Vibe says Yabo and Dadier is going, LV. Yeah, I think so too. I think they're going. I think they're out of here. You saw Yabo on the bench tonight? Did you guys see him on the bench? I'm pretty sure Diawara got in before Kolek. So, So I don't know, man. I don't know, but I don't agree with that move. I don't agree with that at all. Gravity says Brown should play Kolek instead of Yabu before they trade him. Yeah, but Gravity, man, but Yabu ain't playing at all, man. They're not. I mean, he didn't play tonight. Diawara played instead of him. Let me see really quick. Was he even on the bench or was he a DMP? Or was he just wasn't even there? Yo, guys, you know who's starting to win now? We got to kind of pay attention to? Toronto, man. Toronto beat Philly tonight by 1. Scotty Barnes, man. They went to overtime. Scotty Barnes and OT, man, hit the game winner. Yeah. Scotty Barnes, he made one of 2 free throws. And that was it. Toronto's 24-16, man. They're 1 game behind us. Or a game and a half behind us. Yeah, they starting to win now, man. They're starting to win. So the league is starting to tighten up now. Now he's starting to, so that's why it's important. We got to continue to stack these wins, man. We got to continue to stack these wins because these teams are starting to win now. You know what I'm saying? Because they're getting some guys back. Because I think RJ played tonight. So they're starting to get back their crew. So tonight, it's very, very important to have Josh come back because, we got to start stacking up wins here because teams are starting to win now because they're starting to get their guys back. Yo, man, I don't even see Yabusele on the bench. He didn't even have a DNP. Dadier was a DNP. Porty was a DNP. McCullough Jr. was a DNP, and so was Kolick. Yabusele wasn't even. I think it's a wrap for him, man. I think it's a wrap for him. I think it's kind of known, like, okay, it's just about to be. I think it's a wrap for him. BQ from BK, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Big win for the boys, 123-114 at Big Cat. Another double, 20 points, 11 rebounds. David Smith, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV Live, man. Big time win for them boys, man. Okay, David Smith says this coach would never have sat Brunson for the last 30 minutes of a game, regardless of the momentum. So what? Okay, so David Smith, I'm assuming you're upset that Cat didn't. But David Smith, we didn't in that moment. We didn't need Cat. We needed Mitch. And Cat was awesome tonight, awesome. But that kid Klingen, you need a big body on him. You need a big bruiser to deal with him because he was killing us on the glass, like with extra points and block shots. Mitch you had to match strength with strength. And that's what Mitch did in that Baja with that kid. And so that's not a Towns thing. Towns can do his thing. He's a finesse big. I know how good he is. Trust me. I love him here. But I think for that matchup, David Smith, you got to use Mitch in that matchup because you need a bruiser in there with that kid. Mitch, keep him out of the paint. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple of times we missed some shots. Mitch had the strength to box that kid out and keep him off the glass and got the rebound and kicked it out to where we were come up with a better shot, right? So, it was needed tonight. But Cat was getting busy tonight, getting busy. He could have easily had 30. You know what I'm saying? But they shuffled the lineups good, man. So, we got the win, man. That's all that matters. David Smith says Cat and Coach Brown can't be on the same team. Either Brown gets fired or Town gets traded. It's over. Cat got benched because the coach hates him and wants to make Cat look bad. You think? I don't think so, man. You think so? I don't think it's that deep. I don't think it's that deep. I will say this though. I will say this. Bigger than Cat, Mike Brown better tighten up, man. He better tighten up. I'm telling you. That's why last show I was talking about, the owner being at the game and they're watching him, man. The owner sending like little kites out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we were champion. We better be in the championship this year. We're a championship team. I expect us in the championship. He throwing kites out there. You know what I'm saying? So you better pay attention to what he's saying. And then even at the game last night, the other night in Phoenix, on a baseline, was sitting right next to Leon. So come on, man. So I put it like this. We know why Cat is here. We know how close he is with Leon and how close Leon and World Wide West are to Cat's pops. We already know the connections. I've talked about this numerous times on the show and how deep this goes. So he better make it work with Cat. They didn't move Dante and Randall for nothing. We're one of the top teams in the league now when Cat got here. In both years. Top 5 in offense. This year we're number 4. Last year we're number 3 or number 2 in offense. So Cat is him. So it doesn't fall on Cat, it falls on coach. I put it to you like that. Because one thing James Dolan did say, if anybody didn't pay attention, they said, do you feel like any trades need to be mentioned when he was on the Carlton show? He said, no, our team is perfect. We don't need any more trades. I don't want to make any more moves. So they said, oh, so we don't have to do the Giannis trade. He's like, no, for what? For what? David Smith said it leaked. They had beef. They had beef when? They had beef now? Where'd you see that at? David Smith saying some stuff here, man. You see what he's saying? Anybody heard that? David Smith said they got beef, man. Let me take a look here. You said it leaked? Okay. Okay, let me see. I don't see anything being leaked, man. I don't see anything. I mean, Cat said what he said the other night. I mean, I don't know. I don't see anything. I'm gonna look for it though. I'm gonna look for it because maybe I'm overlooking something, but I don't. Okay, so wait. He said he also when he threw Cat under the bus during the press. When did he throw him under the bus during the press conference? When did that happen? I don't remember that happening. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? You gotta kind of let me know like when that happened. What do you remember the press conference was? Because I don't remember that happening, man. I don't remember him, throwing Cat underneath the bus. I don't remember that. I don't remember that being stated or that being, you know what I mean? I just don't. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I don't. But I don't remember that happening. I know Cat has stressed, like he's mentioned, like he's trying to get used to the offense, and I understand that, but here's the funny thing, right? Here's the funny thing. Everyone is complaining about him, right? Everyone's complaining about him. Everybody. And this and that with Cat and all this other stuff, and just whatever, right? Whatever they're saying. Guys, he's averaging 23, 21 a game, and 11 and a half rebounds. He's second in the league in rebounds, man. And averaging 21.3. I mean, those numbers are off the charts, man. Off the charts. Like, I just don't understand. He's shooting, 47% from the field. He's shooting 35% from three. He's shooting 87% from the line. I mean, his numbers are great, man. He basically got on a season average today. So I don't know what people expect. Like, you know what I mean? I don't. He's supposed to average 30. I mean, there's no way with this team offensively what we are. We're number 4 in the league offensively. So I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? Vibes, I agree. People need to stop. Without Cat, the Knicks aren't going anywhere. Vibes, I totally agree, man. Vibes, I totally agree. I totally agree. I totally agree, man. Good vibes. Again, Cat changed the team for the better by far. Agreed. He's not, listen, he's not a perfect ball player, right? He's not, so Brunson's not neither. Brunson's not neither. So that's what I'm saying. So we got both of these guys that are super gifted offensively, but they're limited on the defensive end, and they both make boneheaded plays. Brunson almost had another turnover today in clutch moment. If Caleb Love didn't throw that pass to Deuce, and Deuce didn't swing it to OG, knocked down the three, Brunson would have back-to-back games with back-breaking turnovers. Right? So once again, it's boneheaded stuff. Brunson's making boneheaded decisions defensively, right? So listen, man, these guys are, both of them, uber great offensively, but they're not perfect ball players. So they need the pieces like OG Anunoby, like Josh Hart, like Mikal Bridges, right, around them to make them to really, really take their game to the next level, because then they don't have to do all that other nonsense. They can focus on what they're good at, which is scoring the ball. And that's it. And I think that's the importance of this with this team. Right? Everybody, do what you was brought here to do. Use your superpower, and that's it. Cat wasn't brought here to play defense. He wasn't. He was brought here to be a double-double guy, 20 and 10. That's what he was brought here to do. That is it. And so I think that's what we have to identify. Brunson wasn't brought here to play defense, man. He was brought here to do exactly what he does. That is it. Why do you think they went out and signed OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges and Josh? Because they needed to surround Brunson with basically like a shield defensively to protect him, because they know how weak he is on that end. And it's the same thing with Cat. Why do you think the Timberwolves went and got Rudy Gobert? Because Cat is not the best at protecting the rim. So they need another guy in there that could do that, and then let Towns focus on what Towns does best. I mean, this is easy, man. This is called a team game. You know what I'm saying? So these guys are producing at a very, very high clip, man. I think Towns is like third in the league in double-doubles, man. So I don't know. I just think it's a whole bunch of complaining that's unnecessary. Just my opinion. I just think it's just a whole bunch of, crazy complaining, man. It shouldn't even be that deep. Okay, so let's listen to Josh Hart, man. He said I guess there was some stuff going on with medical, man. Because Josh said he was ready to play. He said he's ready to go. Medical was kind of going back and forth. I mean, Josh said he wanted to get out there. So let's listen to Josh, man. We'll play the role in him playing tonight, which was huge for the Knicks. So listen to Josh.
Kind of disagreement with medical yesterday. I wanted to do a little bit more game speed stuff yesterday, and they didn't want me to do too much game speed stuff yesterday because they didn't want it to be too sore today. So we were going back and forth with that. But first 2 or 3 up and backs is the worst, and then after that it's good. Kind of disagreement.
So basically, he was trying to get back out there. Medical was trying to prevent him from going hard, and he was trying to get back on the court, man. He sees what this team is missing, right? He knows how important he is to this team. So Josh was trying to get back out there. Medical obviously was trying to get him to pump the brakes. He was like, nah, because he knows he knows his team needs him back out there, man. And good for him in doing that. Good for him in doing that. He's much needed, man. It's so glad to have him back, man. We look like a totally different team with this guys out there, man. Everybody. He picks up the energy of the whole crew, man. It was just great to have him back, man. Great to have him back. All right, people. So listen, let me get up out of here, man. Listen, a great win for the boys. 123 to 114. Appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with me. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button, people. Right. Also, too, if it's your first time coming through, rocking with me, please subscribe to the channel. And also, too, when you subscribe, hit that bell icon to get all notifications for all my shows. Right. And also, too, please leave comments because I do respond to comments. All right, listen, I'll be back for the Sacramento Kings game. Listen, the Knicks have a couple of days off finally. Right. So they don't play again until the 14th. So I will be going live right after the Kings game. It's going to be kind of late, though, guys. I don't know. The game's at 10 o'clock, man. He's going to try to swing it. I'm going to try to swing it and do the game right after, man. So if some of you guys are up, I will be going live. So please come through and check it out. All right. I'm LV Live, and that's my show. And I'm out of here, people. Peace.